Hey, this is singer-songwriter Castella, and you're listening to my girl Brenda Moss on Lady Diva Live Radio.
It's not the pale moon that excites me, that thrills and delights me. Oh no, it's just the nearness of you. Isn't your sweet conversation that brings this sensation? Oh no, it's just the nearness of you. In my arms, and I feel you so close to me. All my wildest dreams come true.
Well, all right. That is Nicole Henry, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in to Let's Jazz It Up here on Lady Diva Live Radio. Phone lines are open right now. You are more than welcome to call in. And Nicole Henry, are you with me?
I am. How are you today?
All right. And that track there is The Nearness of You. Can you give us more information about that track I'm spinning now?
Sure. That's actually a song from my first CD, and the first CD was really a full jazz CD, straight ahead jazz, me and a trio. I had a few tunes like Imagine by the Beatles and Get Here by Brenda Russell, but the rest of the songs were all jazz standards. It really marked my first 2 years of getting into jazz. I never really grew up listening to straight ahead jazz.
Okay.
And then around 2002, I fell in love with it when I heard it live finally. And falling in love with jazz is really what really propelled my recording career. And so that's the title track from the first CD, which actually has, it's really a 4-piece band. But that was just a duet between me and the wonderful pianist Mike Orta.
Okay, well, thank you for that information. So welcome to my platform, Nicole Henry. Where are you calling from?
Thank you. Well, actually, today I landed early this morning in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, which is actually my birthplace.
Okay.
I came to visit my father for the holiday and hang out with him and do fun father-daughter stuff, which for us is working in the yard and picking things up and building things. And so, yes, that's another side of me that I just really love and got from my father. So it'll be a good weekend.
Well, that is so good. And happy holidays to you both. So as we move along, so as we move along here, go ahead and introduce yourself to the curious listeners out there about singer Nicole Henry. Were you born into a musically inclined family? And how many years have you been performing in the entertainment business?
All right. Well, as I mentioned, I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, born in Philly, raised just outside of Philadelphia, Bucks County, Pennsylvania, and then went to college down at the University of Miami. As you said, I'm a vocalist, an actress. I really like just to say an entertainer. My principal performance is singing. I've been doing that full time since 2001.
Okay.
And so yeah, for 20 years I have been a full-time entertainer. And I've put out about 7 albums. I'm working on 2 more right now because it's been a while since my last album. Probably since 2015, I think, was my last single, or I did a duet, a guitar vocal duet album. But I've really recorded all kinds of music, but I would say mostly jazz soul artists. Yeah, I always would tend to work with acoustic musicians, so live piano, upright bass, drums, guitar, not much electronic music, although, oddly, I started my career when I was in college at the University of Miami singing house music, which I love house music. I love dancing. I don't do it as much as I need to anymore, but so it was singing house music at live performances, like at raves and at nightclubs, that made me fall in love with performing. So once I got bitten by the bug in 1997. I was in college and I was invited to Orlando to do this concert, 4 songs. And if there's any musicians out there listening or any vocalists, the biggest difference between being a singer who does a song or 2 here and then an entertainer is to do a show. To do a show of 4, once you get a chance to do 4 songs or, more than 1, you realize it's not just singing. You have to entertain people, and that's just been my journey and my quest since then. Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you for that information. Wow. And just to note that you won an award, Soul Train Award, for the track Waiting in Vain.
Yes, I did. That was a recording in 2012, and then the next year I was nominated and won a Soul Train Award, which was so unexpected, so like you're beside yourself when you win any kind of an award, a national award like that, because you're just like, all of us, we do our own thing all day, every day, and personally, it's great to have a goal to be recognized nationally. I mean, my goal is to perform more nationally, perform more internationally. But then when you're recognized nationally, you're like, okay, it's working. Something's working. It's like, okay, I guess I am doing what I think I'm doing every day when I wake up and, bust it, just out there doing the hustle. So yeah, that was such an honor. I mean, I grew up on the tail end of Soul Train, so that's it means a lot when I look up and I see that silver train sitting on my shelf.
Well, thank you for that information. Wow. I would like to ask you, are you still appearing in national commercial roles? Or what, I haven't still?
Yeah, I haven't done. I actually just updated some things on my voiceover work, like reel and everything. I haven't done a lot of commercials in a long time. That's actually how I started. Like right after college, I went into acting on a local level in Miami. But then in Miami at the time, there were a lot of national commercials getting booked, and I was fortunate enough to get a handful of national commercials back in the early 2000s, and that was a lot of fun. I still love acting. In fact, over the last 5 years, I've spent most of my time between Miami, which was my hometown since college, my home since college. I moved to New York, so I was splitting my time between Miami and New York, specifically for the reason to get back into acting, stage acting, theater, television, whatever, film possible. So, so there are 2 jobs. Those are 2 distinctly different jobs, singing and acting, but I'm doing everything I can to keep my feet in both of those pools, and I'm really enjoying myself, Like, you got one life to live. You and you better go for what you love. Yeah, so I'm having a great time.
Well, you doing it. You doing it, lady. You're doing it.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, you too. Thank you.
All right. So as we move along in the show, let's introduce your new single, Feeling Good. What inspired you to do that track?
Like most of us, I imagine, at least people my age, perhaps anyone younger than me, initially heard it by Michael Bublé. But as a jazz vocalist, I always heard Nina Simone's version.
Yeah.
And I think that was, of course, the original one that got famous. It's a song originally by an artist, a songwriter named Anthony Newley. But I think I want to say in the 60s, yes. And people used to ask me if I sang the song, and, as an artist, especially as a cover artist, because that's what a lot of jazz musicians are, although I continue to introduce original songs into my shows and into my recordings, but very often we vocalists cover a lot of tunes. And in order to cover a tune, my hope was to always do something a little more original to it, and I couldn't really figure out a way to do it differently than Nina Simone. And then one day, I can't remember if someone specifically said, "Can you do this song for this event?" or something like that, or I don't know, or if I just was thinking about the song and saying, I love the lyrics, because if you actually get a chance to listen to the lyrics, it's all about finding your freedom, and it's all about relating that freedom and that feeling of newness to nature. And I am such a nature, I really love nature. I think all of us, I think all of us probably innately do.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. And that's right. We just actually, that's funny that you mentioned video, because my editor just sent me a draft of a video for Feeling Good, and I'm like, I think we finally got the order of things. But and so when I said, okay, well, the song is about nature, because it's like birds flying high, sun in the sky, dragonfly flying by, breeze drifting by, and it's like nature. So I said, well, when I think about nature, what makes me feel natural is being outdoors and being on the dance floor, like I mentioned, dancing. So I said, well, let me see if I can add some kind of a more tribal or more lively rhythm to it. And then I came up with this concept of a little more tribal, like almost Afro-Cuban, and then a little bit. So I took it to my bass player at the time, who now lives in LA. But I said, Eric, I want it to kind of be like this, and maybe start off a cappella or start off with percussion, and then I came up with this kind of a bass line, and then he took it and ran with it and came up with this arrangement. And my band and I have been playing it over the years, and we finally recorded it. And this was supposed to come out a year ago, but COVID hit, and nobody was feeling good. So I was like, oops, okay, we're going to hold this for a little bit. No, you cannot release this song talking about feeling good. I'm feeling good. So the song has been waiting in vain, to be released. But so we just released it a few weeks ago, and it's I'm really delighted to see it doing well on the charts and everything. So
Well, congratulations. We're going to stop talking for a minute, and I will spin Feeling Good. Stay tuned,
all right,
everyone.
Let's do it.
I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Birds flying high, you know what I feel. Sun in the sky, you know what I feel. Breeze drifting by, you know what I feel. It's a new dawn, a new day, a new life for me, and I'm feeling